processes. I like to think about our approach to environment, health, and safety as a great example. We operate with the same EHS performance from Shanghai to Schenectady, to Toronto, out to Burnaby. The ethos extends to our supplier relationships. We deal with thousands globally, and we work to ensure that they also meet our expectations for EHS, for labor practices, for ethical sourcing. And that's not just minimum legal requirements, but actually a standard that in fact has to rise to the top to ensure that you're not taking the minimum and translating it around the world. You actually have to take the most stringent and translate that around the world. And then you have to do something about it. You just can't tell a supplier. So we spend a tremendous amount of money auditing to ensure that in fact people are doing what they're telling us they're doing, and we invest in that. Other elements of corporate citizenship aren't required by the rules, yet advance a company's long-term, our health and our reputation. It's also the right thing to do. And that's our second pillar, and that's this whole idea of ethical actions beyond formal requirements. Our whole area of corporate philanthropy, employee volunteerism. And we have this has traditionally been a big part of how we think about CSR, and again, an area that we invest in to make sure that it is part of the fiber and the fabric of the company. Citizenship here means things like contributing also to the public policy dialogue. There's a new book called Good for Business, The Rise of the Conscious Corporation. And there it talks about integrating high ethical standards, community consciousness, actually into the company's policies and practices. That was once sort of dismissed as this do-goodism. Today, it's actually seen as capable of both driving profits, driving strategy, and also the growth of the company. And finally, I'll just comment on this idea of strong, sustained economic performance. I think the real heart of CSR is in fact finding the win-win, finding the ability to do good while also ensuring that you are a vibrant, vital company that is in fact able to contribute to employment and to everything that we're doing in a community. So a company, a corporation, creates vital benefits for many. So now let me close with an example of how we pulled this together, and that's Eco-Magination. Eco-Magination is a real prime example of how business strategy integrated with corporate responsibility. We launched this initiative back in 2005 to focus on the real innovative powers of GE, on solving these huge challenges of energy use and environmental stewardship. We saw across our portfolio of businesses an ever-increasing array of our engineers, of our technology folks, coming up with tremendous solutions to the environment. But when you put them out to the market, the challenge was you don't have enough volume, you're looking for a premium price to get back some of the investment that you've put in, typical standard of introducing a new product. And you find that the companies are saying, wow, operating performance, environment, I need the thing that delivers operating performance. So the challenge we put to ourselves is, why aren't we combining these two? And Eco-Magination was born. It was born with the concept that we will ensure that the product delivers you the operating performance that gives you more than sufficient return as a customer, that you can then also ensure that that product delivers environmental performance as well. So you would get the operating performance to deliver what you needed to pay for the environmental performance. The technology, we would drive the technology to be the win-win solution that up to now we weren't seeing in the marketplace. You were either green or you performed, but for some reason we couldn't bring the two together. So the challenge, and to Ray's point of aspiration, was the chairman announcing and saying, we will launch Eco-Magination. We are going to double, our R&D investment. We are going to double our product output in terms of green and performance solutions. And he set forward a series of goals that challenged the organization to deliver for the customer. And last year, along our Eco-Magination program, we invested $1.4 billion in R&D and clean technologies. We made a big bet in Eco-Imagination. We've done so every year. And now with 80 products that we've developed over those 5 years, we generated $17 billion in revenues. That was a big win. Our customers got state-of-the-art, brand new technologies out there that are being sold around the world. And at the same time, we were able to bring back the value to the company, to the shareholders, and the employees were able to see a desire to work on green actually being fulfilled. We're taking the same concept and the same aspiration, and we just launched a program called Health Imagination. And Health Imagination is in fact focusing on the challenges around healthcare. And so it's a $6 billion endeavor, a huge big bet for the company to bring access, to bring low-cost healthcare once again around the world. And we hope that, again, that aspirational target, coupled with the resources, though, to make it happen, to enable it, will deliver a new way of delivering healthcare like we did with Eco-Imagination that's not been seen before. So in conclusion, as leaders, what does it take? And I look forward to talking to you more about it in the Q&A, but I do believe it is totally around engaging the hearts and minds. And I think we need the passion of the leadership, but the passion needs to be supported with the nuts and bolts of how you actually get it done, and the commitment to integrating it so that it is at the very core of your business processes and not an adjunct to your business. Thanks very much. I look forward to the dialogue.